right, we're live. It looks like we're live. Hope this internet connection looks like it's worth something today. We're here today to talk about Operation Stop Coach Prime. That's what I call it, at least. We've seen a lot over this past week. We've seen a lot over this past year that really is interesting. It's worth talking about it. I'm gonna tell you, Greg said it. We definitely gonna talk about it. You call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm the one who points out the whole situation, what's going on with the referees during the season and all this weird stuff. And I don't know, stuff like this kind of makes it look true. It makes everything that I'm saying and that I see looks valid. And I don't want it to be valid, but it seems to be, because once again, we have another what we call situation. And it seemed like it would have been something simple. It really was something simple, where a player left, yet another player left, got a little Twitter fingers or whatever, and they make comments, and now everybody's in on it. Like, all the people who leave, Georgia, every Alabama, all these 5 stars that sit on the bench, appreciate it, appreciate your support. And it's like, what's really good? That's what I want to hear. Y'all let me know in the comments. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it, Trey. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'm the person I only do like one live a week. I don't do lives like a lot of people. I do another live with B Watts. We've been doing that about a little over a month. So yeah, this is my only live that I do. I do it typically at the end of the week. Like when the season, I usually do it the day after the game. If it's like an odd schedule, I may do it, on a different day. Like it's going to be odd. The first game this year is going to be on Thursday instead of Saturday. So I don't know how that's going to go. Depending on what I have to do that Sunday, I might try to jump in there on Saturday. I don't know, but my Saturdays be full too. But typically we're here on Sundays, and it's liable to change. But I definitely let you all know. But as I was saying, could y'all imagine every time, like, who has the nerve to go and bash Georgia? I'm sure it's super duper stars that leave Georgia every year. We don't even hear about it because everybody there is stars. You don't have no 1 stars at Georgia unless they're walking on 2-star, 3-star. 3 stars like a regular guy there. And yet their depth is probably multiple Kamani McClains, right? And you don't really hear about people saying, oh, he didn't give me a chance. They take their behinds on to another school, probably another, definitely Power 5 school, and they go on with their life. I remember when Alvin Kamari was at Alabama. I didn't even know he left. I remember in Georgia, I remember he went down, I was looking for him because I remember him in high school. And then, I see him in the NFL. And it's like, oh, yeah, he went to Tennessee. I thought he went to Oregon. It's like, we couldn't track him because, in those earlier times, it's different from now. They really didn't have the platform and probably the desire, because who wants to shoot themselves in the foot? But I mean, they only helping them, but it's like, I don't know, because surely people leaving Georgia, like I said, they leaving Alabama for sure, and they've been leaving them, and they've been sitting on that bench, and they were superstars and could have started somewhere else, and then never seen the light of day, and probably destroyed more careers than they made just from having too much. Spread the talent out. Go ahead and leave. Go somewhere where you can play, even if it's at a lower level. Go be you, but don't sit on the bench and you could have played somewhere else. So I agree with that, but yet, the platform hasn't been given to players outside of Colorado. They get to say, hey, I didn't get the chance I got. He didn't give me a chance. And then, these guys are heavy on social media too. So that's another thing. Coach Prime has been heavy on social media. Shador got over 1 million followers on Instagram. His son's got channel on YouTube. And like Bucky, I think he's probably coming up on 500,000. And it's like, these people got heavy presence and heavy support, heavy followings. You don't really want to run up on them like that. But people do it, and the media does it. Now, the media is kind of at a disadvantage because social media, like us, can combat anything they throw out there. Plus, again, Coach Prime has his own social media teams, plural. It went from his son to Darius to Big Neely, and now he's pulling in other higher level social media influencers. So it's like he has his own arm. He can control his own narrative. He can compact the narrative. But at the same time, it's like, what's really, really, really good? Hopefully by the end of this live, maybe we can put our heads together and figure out what's really good. Because I've heard a lot of theories. I've heard the race theory, and that's cute. And that's the easy. It's because I'm black. But let's be real, black people. When y'all just tearing them up down at Jackson State a couple years ago, the black people tore him up a couple years ago because he was changing things. People don't like change. You can use color and whatever, but not there. When Jackson State, he was messing with their bowl games and changing stuff up, and they traditions, they love it. So what was the reason then when the black people was ready to attack him? Not only his school, but the whole SWAT was ready to crucify him, hang, whatever you want to call it, because he was messing up tradition, and he really was kind of gonna rub it in their face because he's gonna beat the mess out of everybody in the SWAT. He did it fairly quick. He had nothing else to do that. That's why when people talk about the SWAT, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's really good? Because if he had stayed in that SWAT and continued to run through them people, man, they would have ran him up out of town anyway. And he already, what else could he do? He getting 5-star, he getting number one guys in their class to come there. And people still underestimate the power that shows you his influence right there to be able to get those quality of players to come to play at HBCU. It's unheard of. We're not talking about guys who had a bad situation and had to come down. We're talking about straight out of high school. They could have went anywhere they want. Shador could have went a lot of places. Travis could have went everywhere. We had Coleman. He went to Louisville. Now he's trying to go somewhere else now. But I'm just saying, we had a lot of high quality guys. Then we had those guys who need a second chance, but they typically wouldn't have went to no Jackson State. They would have went to some maybe a group of 5, or maybe another little Division I program, because a lot of these guys were leaving the SEC and stuff like that. And I know like Bolden, he's in it. Well, he was in the NFL. I don't know if he's still there. So it's like a lot of opportunity was for the HBCU. Came through Coach Prime, and in that short window, he did a lot. But yet they ran him up out of there. Let's call it what it is. Let's be real. He wasn't gonna survive much longer there in the way, because he was just gonna run through everybody, and they're gonna be jealous of him, and they hope somebody else beat him. If it's another HBCU or another conference, that's what it was. His people didn't even come support him at the Celebration Bowl. Okay, so you got that theory. Then you got the haters. They just hating because he's successful. Why does he got to be good at everything? Why can't he just sit down? Like he's a Hall of Famer football player. He's a Major League Baseball player. He was all-state basketball. He had world-class track speed. He's great on TV. He can do commercials. He can act. He got records. And like now he don't came in coaching. Sit down somewhere. Can you leave something on the table for us? That's what people saying. Some people. Well, you always think you all that. You think you know everything. People, you say, let your confidence mess with their insecurities. So you got that theory, the haters. Maybe some of them here, they usually come through, they hate on a man just because who he is. They hope he fail. They talk as if he gonna fail with high hopes. They got hate in their blood where they just want to see him fail. And why do you want to see another man fail? What do they got to do with you? That's the hater. So I'm giving y'all the definition of a hater for the people who confused. Maybe they need to look themselves in the mirror and see that's what they really are, a hater. He ain't did nothing to you. He didn't your mom, your daddy, but you hate him. The media talking about him, you just jump on board because you learn to hate him. Maybe they remind you of somebody, I don't know. So you got these different things. And you got the whole, you're arrogant, and that's your opinion, right? And if he is, what they got to do with you? You ain't got to sleep with him at night. He don't pay your bills, you don't pay his. Let him be arrogant. So it's like people get all bothered. But all of these things help feed the narrative because I'm starting to believe, I don't know most, but it's probably 50-50, close. You got people who really support him from just being a sports fan and they like his person, they like what he speaks, they like his energy. Then you got the other people who hate on him, and you put them all in the pot, jambalaya, whatever you want to use as an excuse for why you don't like him. And that's all it is the perfect storm for the media, because the people who don't like him gonna feed into it, and the people who like him gonna feed into it. And they just got a constant story going on. It remind me of a nice little politician. They got the same kind of crap going on right now. It's very interesting. And he ain't black. So I don't know if it's a color thing. I do know it's a disruptive thing. I do know personality thing. But what's really good? The media not going to give respect until they win the first 6 games. Then they win. They win first 3. It would say they did that last year. Again, who is the media? Like let's get all the way there. Who is the media? The media don't control that. They're just supposed to be reporting. Who are they to say how many games he got to win? They don't know crap about football. They're not a football expert. The media is just supposed to be. See, y'all, people don't give the media too much power. Who is the media? God. Who is the media to determine who and when to give credit to somebody? They just supposed to be reporting the doggone news. They don't supposed to be controlling you on what to think. Now they ain't finna control me. You gonna let the media tell you what to think. The media is just the media. Now, once they go into manipulating people's minds and tell them what to think, what in the world is that? Because Colorado, if they go 3-0, that's respectable. It's respectable that they can do that 2 years in a row. Okay. It's also respectable if they go 6-0. And you better doggone anybody go 6-0, you better give them respect. I mean, who goes 6-0 at game 6 in the season? Who undefeated? But a team who about to go to the playoff. You tell me. You tell me a team in the Power 5, any 5, high 5, low 5, weak 5, they gonna have 6 wins in a row, and the media don't recognize it. You 6-0, you better be easy in the top 20. Really, the top 15, probably the top 10, depending on who you're playing. So you better recognize them. But who are you to say I gotta jump through hoops, walk through flames for you to acknowledge who I am? It's to the point I just skipped the article about Carter because I mean, okay, that's a good point. They're taking away what he's done for college football. What has he done for college football? Well, let's go all the way back to Jackson. Like I said, he brought college game day to HBCU campus, right? They could have went to all these other big, great schools. They came there and spotlighted not just one HBCU, but 2 of the top HBCUs that's always been in that conference. And they had a pretty nice turnout. And yeah, what was it? Good Morning America came there. You know, you had all this spotlight about the type of recruits he was getting. And yet, the people there was too dumb to realize that they was benefiting from it. They was too busy hating. Oh, he think he all that. He ain't never. We don't been good before. We don't. This ain't the first time we won. And they just spend the whole time undermining what is he doing for college football, because that's still college football. It's HBCU branch that's usually ignored in college football, but it's still college football. I don't know. People brains get that. Just you so looking at color and all that, it's still college football, and you're bringing more people to watch college football. So then he rolled it over on a bigger platform, right? He brought that same energy in a total opposite direction. And people say, there ain't no God. You go from highlighting an HBCU that's historically been a decent school, a program, but ain't really done that in some years. Then you have a guy come in and say, do you have a Colorado team that's been losing? They've been losing. They ain't consistently won nothing. And then you come in and you say, okay, who cares about Colorado? They're just plain flavor. Ain't winning nothing. Nobody really want to go there. The guys in the South definitely don't want to go there because they don't like the weather. Then they say, okay, well, they ain't winning. The weather ain't great. Who will make somebody want to go there? The same way you had people make people want to go to HBCU, who wasn't the top HBCU at the time. And then you get this whole big, this whole big pool of excitement around the school that nobody really care about. So that to do it twice, one black and one extremely white. Extremely white. When I say extremely white, like Boulder probably is one of the whitest cities in the country per, I guess, ratio. Denver, I remember, like I always say, Denver, I remember when they got the World Series from the whole little political mess down in Atlanta, and we lost our All-Star game, and they moved it to Denver, and it was the whole thing was about some race stuff. But I said, how you worry about making a point for race, and you move it out of the blackest city over to the whitest city? So that's how I know Denver has been known to be not a very black city. I mean, it was like very, very, very nothing compared to Atlanta, nowhere near to a black city. And then, Boulder is even more so probably white because of the money. So you bring this black coach to Boulder out of all places. Then you bring all these black players to Boulder. Now everybody wants to go there, including minorities, black, whatever, because it's the place to be. They didn't want to go there before. So now the college is benefiting from diversity if they do indeed want that. And it's a culture shock, right? So you're looking at the fact that he's shaking the things up everywhere he go. Whether he with the black people, he's shaking it up. Whether he with the white people, he's shaking it up. So the race thing is dead. People just are uncomfortable about changing things up. This is what they call. Yeah. I mean, tell me more about that. Why would people be worried about him? What does it mean to them? What does it mean to them to be a coach of his caliber, his personality? I guess doing it his way. He's definitely doing it his way with social media. He wearing the hood and sunglasses. He let the little beard, people been talking about the beard, late little beard come out. Don't be clean shaven all the time. He's doing it his way. Bringing the religion in. I mean, he's doing it all his way. He's not going by the book, especially the typical black head coach book, the narrow path. He's doing it. And if he proves you can do it your way, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's the big deal, why you got to do it your way. So I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me realize what is the issue that somebody don't want him to win. Because we beyond the point of skepticism. I believe at this point it's clear they don't want him to win. I believe last year it was clear they don't want him to win. But we had so much hype going on. We had the whole, they won, then they losing. The collar, then Travis Hunter got hurt. Then the line wasn't blocking. We had so many narratives. It was great for social media content. It was never a week. We had coaches bucking up on them. We had the other black coach buck up on him. Later on, his wife called. She do the B word. Then we had, the whole thing in Oregon. The clicks. Why he getting clicks with the click? Then we hear after all of that Keyshawn put out, I'm hearing the words in the street of everybody getting together to make sure Colorado lose. What do you have to do to stop Coach Prime? Why are you so desperate? Why is it you're doing abnormal, obvious things to beat him? Why are you coming at him so hard as if he's the only person you need to pay attention to? Why are you so challenged? Why are you so worried about him? If he suck as a coach, then what you worry about him for? If his players suck, then let's go beat him. Don't have the referees doing these weird calls to help him lose. Yeah, keep it coming. Help me figure this thing out. Because we can narrow this thing down. We got in a sense. The only concern is whether or not CU administration will lose political or sell Coach Rock before he wins the conference title. Yeah, I mean, they can do what they want because they can sell him and somebody will buy him quick because he only becoming more and more proven. You can sell him out if you want, but somebody else going to buy him. Because the same hypocrites who going against them would love to have them at their school. At this point, it's a proven concept. It's no, oh, can you do it? You know, okay, well, you did it at HBCU. Can you do it here? Okay. It's no longer a debate. Or can he do it? You're just jealous because he's not doing it at your school, which is very weak. Yeah, y'all, I don't know if y'all heard my theory of the former coach theory. Maybe I'll run it back by y'all. Yeah, that this will be ugly, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. What does getting the plan for clicks mean? The haters who can't get no clicks and they worry about you getting clicks. That's what it means. Playing for clicks mean I'm jealous because I can't get clicks no matter how many games I win. So you just, you know, I got nice clothes. All you care about is nice clothes. Okay, that's because you don't have none. So it's like, why are you worried about what I'm doing? I can do it how I want to. You do how you want to. See you on the field. How we get to the field, that's on me. That ain't got nothing to do with you. What you worry about it for? You want to be playing the vanilla, go do it. I think that this is my theory. I'm going to run it by y'all real quick. I think that when you're a great football player and you always that guy, and you got that what Shador say, mid at best or below mid guy, who he gonna say, I just play football because I love the game. So he already throwing little shots. I love the game. He emphasized love because he suck, right? So he dogging you out because you're good at the game and you having a good time. Well, I just do it because I love it. Because he know he ain't get no scholarship. So that guy's the one who's gonna go and be a coach one day. He want to go be assistant coach, grad assistant, because he ain't gonna go to the next level, but he loved the game. So the coaching profession has been built off of people who love the game. Very few guys come back and become coach because they like, y'all should go. Y'all don't did all the good stuff. Y'all keep y'all lane. Don't come back in ours. Y'all was great football players. Going off and retire and let us coach. So when these great football players start coming back, it's like, oh, y'all don't leave nothing on the plate for us. Y'all took all the playing time and all the hot spotlight, and now y'all come back and take all the coaching jobs. Now where's us? Where we gonna go? Us non-athletic, non-talented people who love the game. What's left for us? What's left for us? Can y'all leave some on the bone for us? So now you got the Ray Lewis, he come back, Cam Newton, all these boys threatening to come back, who you got to compete against them. One, they got more resources than you. They got more experience than you. You don't want to acknowledge that. You want to say you're a better coach than them because they didn't coach, they just played. But really, they got an excellent level of training. And if all else fails, they got an excellent level of influence. And they can recruit all the good players and you're not. So what happens when half of the coaches are Ray Lewis, Neon? They're going to be the ones who win the championships every year because they're going to recruit all the best players. Because they're going to say, hey, we got gold jacket coaches and we're going to go get other NFL coaches like Deion is doing. And they're scared because Deion go get all these NFL guys and then another NFL guy come off his tree and go get it. Then he get all the NFL guys. They're going to be able to take all the players because they're going to say, why would you go play for that scrub who never been good? When you come play for us, we got 150 years of NFL experience. Don't you want to go to the NFL? And it's a done deal. And they're going to beat the mess out of all these. And then they're going to be back at the bottom of the totem pole again. That's my grand said theory. What y'all think about that theory? What it sound like? I ain't asking no hater, right? Haters like Stephen A. just want to keep receiving their bread. I don't know what's up with Stephen A. Because Stephen A. be the first one to coach prime face. I don't know. Maybe he do love doing that stuff on TV. He love playing straddling the fence. But Stephen A. he was all at Jackson State. He was all at Colorado. So, you know. And then he go get with Shannon Sharp. I mean, Shannon Sharp got with him. So I don't know what Steve A talking about. He trying to play for clicks. I don't know what he doing. He be the first one that coach prime face, hugging and stuff. First, you have to understand that Sylvie has some of the most fanatical fans in sports. Well, I guess. I mean, I think that. These programs have been around a long time. They got huge universities and they got huge alumni. And I think that all played in the fact because people need an outlet with their overworked self. So football is a lot of people outlet. So that's what make people fanatical because they take out all their stress. They don't even want to hit the doggone gym, hit a weight. They take all their stress and anger out on the sport and they go crazy. Tripolar in the brain. And that's what made people fanatical because they could have known about no football, but they were worried about, deflecting or, how they feel about life out on coaches and on players, and that's when they just get out of order and just it don't make no sense. That's my theory on it. But I think the bigger the school and the bigger the legacy, the more fanatical. And that's at any level. I mean, that's at some schools in high school like that, some small towns. These guys all played that, they all grew up there. Like you see the movie like Friday Night Lights, you got it there, you got it in colleges, and then you even have it in the NFL. I mean, these programs or these teams like Philly and Oakland, they got these crazy fans. They've been doing this for a long time. They team ain't city hopping. They've been there for a good 100 years. You know, they ain't like these teams go from California, South California, North Carolina to Vegas and all around. They program been there. And even if they do move, their fans move with them. Like I know the Oakland team moved to Vegas. Some Oakland fans move with them. But that's their Raiders. And the same thing with St. Louis fans when they moved to LA. So, you know, the longer that program and the more successful that program, people tend to ride with it because they grew up, you know, it's tied to their family memories or whatever. The Jimmy the Greek statements. Tell us more about this Jimmy the Greek. I don't know about no Jimmy the Greek. You know, he's completely rebuilt Power 14 in 2 years. A bowl game this year proves, but he'll win at least 8. Well, you know, I like when y'all say at least 8. Show me the 4 he gonna lose. He can lose. I know you can lose in the week, and I know I don't necessarily know, and I'm sure a lot of y'all don't know, but show me realistically the teams that can really beat Colorado. Please do. Like for real, like be for real, not in hope, not in fantasy. Because I know this week we got another defensive lineman out of Louisville. We got a offensive lineman, I believe, out of Michigan State. Big old boy, 6'6". Our line is way bigger. And so with everybody's theory, I'm just going off of y'all theory. Last year, our line was too small. So you can't say it this year. So what's going to be the excuse? What's going to be the reason why you think Colorado going to lose this year? Can't say the portal because everybody jumping through the portal. Who team all stayed? Name one. Who team all stayed? Who ain't lose nobody significant? I mean, I've seen quarterbacks leave. I've seen, you know. So y'all help me understand this thing. The season's coming. They already lost one because they claim he couldn't be there. Then they say 25 seconds going to come and visit. They need to put as much negative media as possible. I'm not following. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying we stocked up on the line. Viewership gonna follow who winning. Nobody want to watch a sorry football game. So viewership gonna follow teams like Georgia, Alabama, Michigan. A very random sports watcher gonna even watch what everybody else is watching. They only follow the cue of what's popping. And the Colorado was popping, and that's why a lot of people jumped on last year. Fans from other teams want to highlight. That's right. And the problem is they ain't got the gonads to expose their flaws. They rather hide in the dark. So they everybody start pushing the other teams to show their little secrets. Then you're gonna realize they ain't so great as they are. And it's gonna be like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. If you go showing how they practice looking the drummer there, then you lose that facade. You lose that aura that you got, like Alabama. Yeah, they're fanatic because, like I said, they've been around. This is a program that's been around for a long time. It's been America's team for a long time. It has a revenue stream. Yeah, I mean, Colorado, whether they lost or not, they won in the money category. They won the TV. They won the sold out games. They won compared to where they were. The stadium is not the biggest, but they ain't been selling out that stadium. But every game they was selling out. So you can't tell me that wasn't a win for ticket sales and apparel and the town and the Uber drivers and the restaurants and the hotels from miles around. Airbnb, that's a win. That's local and national. That's a win. So who you gonna get rid of that? You stupid. You're not gonna get that kind of. They better learn from Jackson State. You're not gonna get that again. You're not gonna get this circus again. You better enjoy it. You better capitalize off as long as you can. You know, we know more about CU walk-ons and stars and other. Exactly. because that camera, that's a lot of pressure you put on yourself to show all this, because if your fans see the other guy that they like, they're gonna be the man to play this guy, That's a lot of pressure to put on a coach. If they can see your practice and be like, why they ain't playing that guy? Why they doing this? Because whatever favoritism they got, you're gonna be seeing that too. You only open it up more skepticism and more, people having something to say about you when you let them see the inside. Because everybody got an opinion. Yeah, they moved it to Thursday night, so all the eyeballs can be there, right? Who else did that? Then you talking about, this ain't no game of the week. It's a whole consider cupcake game, right? It's gonna be a CU night game. Hey, we'll see. It's not gonna be cold. They can go 12-0. They possibly can. So we just gonna throw all the Kansases out for them to lose. I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. UCF ain't gonna beat them. The quarterback play decent, not gonna be enough. Y'all can throw Kansas State, Oklahoma State as the cliche Big 12. Did they won thumping last year? They ain't thumping this year. The only person who really said it was thumping like that is Oklahoma State, and they should be the guys to say, hey, y'all put some respect on that. We was the one in the championship. The other team that was in the championship, they gone. And all the people who disrespect Oregon, disrespect Oklahoma State for say Utah gonna win, they just slap Utah in the mouth. Because Utah ain't know nothing what people say it is. So the only person I really will give that kind of weight to, just because of what they have done, is Oklahoma State. I know nothing about them, but I do know they was in the championship last year. Kansas State usually be solid every year. I'm not giving that much credit to no UCF who just got there, just because they in Florida. They don't have the kind of depth and the talent Colorado has. But I do think that a lot of people do look over UCF. But I don't think that they're a threat to Colorado. I think they're a threat to the most of the other conference, just because Colorado has the speed and the stuff to match UCF. And they don't just have the powerful. Now they got the power football with it. But most of the other teams have been power, and that Florida speed and all that stuff may be something different. But it won't be different for Colorado, because most of the players are coming out of the South. Now, we got a lot of players from Georgia now. A lot of them with. So you ain't gonna shock Colorado with this. So UCF is not a threat to Colorado, and I don't think Kansas is a threat to Colorado. Now, Oklahoma State and Kansas State could be a threat, but I think the only real threat, just off of, not because what I know about them, just off of their history, most recent history of that I expect Oklahoma State to be coming for the crown they don't lost. And you will see them at the last game. So that's my catch on that. It said Jimmy the Greek got fired on the 70s. I don't know, in the 70s. Y'all still got to explain that. Yeah. You know what gets me about it is, like, every time I look at, like, these guys they bringing in. Last year we like, oh, we got 6'6", 6'7", Savion, and they was like only 2 guys. Now all our guys 6'6". All of them 6'6", 350. Like, they really went overboard. Like, oh, we need our average lineman, we need 300 pounds. Now everybody bringing in 340, 350. So again, it won't be that. It won't be they small, because everybody they bringing in now is 6'6", 340, 350. Everybody, especially this last round of linemen, like these portal linemen, ain't none of them small. Like, the only person we really brought in small was Secure Walker, and that was in that first round. That was like back that first group that came in after December. But all these boys in this most second portal opening, would be considered the third round of portal before spring closed out. All these boys are big. The one from Texas, Kirkland. I know we got this from Michigan State. We got I think we got another one from Arkansas. Like all these boys are huge. Then we bringing in all our defense line. We kept saying our defensive line was small. Defensive line is small. The defensive line, they need some. Now all the defensive linemen over 300. All of them 6'4", 6'5", 305, 320, and can move. All of them like that. So size won't be the issue. Size won't be the issue. And I'm saying, I didn't come up with that theory. That's what everybody else did. Maybe some of y'all. Appreciate it. Some of y'all. The defensive line at this point got so much depth. It's really going to be no excuse for injuries or fatigue if they coaches have any clue what they're doing. And there's no way Warren Sapp don't know what he freaking. There's no way. I shouldn't even say that. I kind of forget. Warren Sapp there. There's no way he don't know how to rotate. And Coach Lewis. There's no way these boys ain't gonna know how to rotate that and keep. They're gonna put so much pressure on offenses if they know how to use these defensive linemen. Because the talent level there. And it shouldn't be about who gonna start. It's about if I put this guy in, wear him down, and put this other guy behind him, he gonna have a field day. He gonna have a field day because the lineman ain't rotating like that. You ain't rotating linemen in and out like you rotate defensive linemen in and out. So I'm gonna get him tied up there blocking this big wildebeest, and I'm gonna bring somebody quick in right behind him. And it's gonna be hard, man. We're gonna have a lot of sacks. I said it. And you show me how you're gonna get beat with making a lot of sacks, and you got Shador on the other side. It's gonna be a lot of sacks and a lot of turnovers. That defensive line is, I don't know, maybe y'all don't follow, but that defensive line is overkill right now. It's overkill. They've been met their mark. My team is only so I don't know this. Only Texas and Oklahoma, which would be an SC. Nobody left in the Big 12 scene. Exactly. Now we had came in with Texas, Oklahoma there. They were like, oh shucks. But I mean, it's anybody's go. Ain't nobody no booger bear. Ain't no booger bear there. I don't know. I ain't even been following JSU. I don't know. I hope they didn't get rid of TC that quick. I hope they didn't get rid of that quick. That would be bad. These would be tough games. I mean, I hope it'd be tough games. I mean, this is Power 5 football. I don't expect it look like they playing Jackson State and FAMU every week. But a tough game don't mean that I don't pull away from you. I think Nebraska versus Colorado was a tough game, but the firepower of Colorado just pulled away from them. They just pulled away from them. So, I think it's gonna be tough, but I don't want no boring game. Appreciate it. Was it Saeed? Appreciate it. Like, what's she talking about? Jen. What team derail will keep up? That's the thing. You hit spot on. I can tell people who really been with us here because you got to look at it. I think I said this on B Watch show about the whole receiver room. Like when you look at Amarion Miller gonna be out there, right? If they playing like they playing chess, if they play their pieces right, Amarion gonna be out there. We know what he did as a true freshman to USC. He ain't barely know what he was doing. He just big, fast, whatever. More mature, more experienced, more confident. If he play anywhere where he's capable of playing consistently, bar injury, it's going to take at least two people to cover him. Trust me. You're going to take your safety going to have to respect him over there. The problem is that safety have to kind of watch him. Who going to watch the middle of that field when you got Wester coming through there and Jimmy Horn? You cannot not respect Wester and Jimmy Horn. They're going to carve you like a turkey. But if you don't help over there with Amari, he finna eat him for lunch. He gonna jump ball him to death. And Shador gonna put it there. He gonna jump ball him to death over there. You ain't gonna cover him on slants and on the jump ball, back shoulder ball. He gonna eat you alive. So the DBs really gotta be elite. You really gotta be elite. That's what I'm saying. Shepard gonna come in with a whole nother something. We ain't even seen him. He looks to be similar to Amarion Miller as far as his size. He's probably a little taller, and he has the ability to go up from them jump balls. The reason why that's a problem is because that over top help is gonna be critical. It's gonna be critical. And if you still got Travis Hunter coming in on the slot, Travis Hunter coming in, Jimmy Horn coming in, even Caleb Mathis coming in, and you still ain't mentioned the baby TOs who's coming. You still ain't mentioned the Timmons is there. They say he looking good. He big dude. He came from North Carolina State. You still not talking about the Draylon Miller's putting his videos out there. Freshman boys coming in that can contribute. Cam McHale coming in, speed. And you still saying, if we're going to put all of that emphasis on worrying about this backfield, who going to stop that wildebeest in the backfield, Amos, from running all through your doggone line? Because if your secondary ain't coming up to help hit him, you going to have a problem. Because our line going to block. All they got to do is get in the way. That grown man now, we giving the ball to Amos in that backfield. If your secondary ain't coming up to help, he going to gas you. Hayden. Everybody underestimate Hayden for Ohio State. If these boys get a soft backfield, which you gonna have to be soft because you gonna have to be worried about these boys because Shador can throw the ball. How in the world are you gonna stop the running game and the passing game? Everybody gonna have to be elite. Yo, DB's gonna have to be elite, or else it's gonna be a quick 7. Your linebacker's gonna have to be elite, or the running back's gonna eat you for lunch. And your D line better put pressure on Shador, which means it better be better than our O line. The chances are you being strong in all those areas and not being in the top 5, and not being Georgia, and not being SEC. Show me Big 12 got that. That's all I want to know. Show me Big 12 who got that. I'm the one ignorant. I'm ignorant right now. But I'm just logically speaking, if you got that kind of team, they got all that kind of depth, and still can score on the offensive side of the ball, then you more than likely is going to be a top 5 team. Definitely top 10. About millions of new viewers to college. Absolutely. They don't need to know nothing about football. We know because, he's a personality. He's a TV personality and social media personality, depending on how fast the team gels and stay healthy. Healthy is definitely a big part. Definitely run them lights up. Health is definitely a big part, but this is what I like. The depth is so nice. The only issue that I have an issue with depth is the backup quarterbacks. We got to have depth there. We can't. Our production can't drop off because you can't hit the backside of a barn. And I know the running game gonna pick up tremendously if anybody in the backup come in. Kind of like how Florida State, when they lost their quarterbacks last year, their defense was still solid and they can hang in the games. They weren't gonna beat nobody really, really big, but they weren't gonna lose to nobody small because their defense was solid and they still could run the ball. But their firepower was gone when the quarterback got hurt. And that's the only challenge with our team. We got to keep our quarterback upright. And we really need now. I can see us becoming a real run-heavy offense if he's not playing, which can still be a problem because let's say we put Bit Taylor at quarterback and have a run-style offense. I think that would be different. And I think we have running backs in the line to do that. It will cut down on our offensive weapons. But I think we are versatile enough where we're not one-dimensional. So that's a good thing. Our D-line and edge room has that D-line and edge room is going to put up a lot of sacks, period. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a significant difference in the sacks. It's going to be significant. Michigan isn't a bunch of 6'7". I know. I mean, the only people who really got this kind of size that we're having, we're looking more like an SEC line now. With the height and the size, we really are looking like a SEC line. We're not looking like a Pac-12. We're not looking like a Big 12. I mean, look where we get them from. We got a lineman from Arkansas. We got a lineman from Texas. Look, we're not getting them from San Diego State. So play crazy if you want. Definitely see us. I mean, why? I mean, again, show me 5 teams that's gonna beat them. Just like who got the firepower to beat them. I ain't talking about them going to get a bunch of dumb penalties and referees helping out. I'm talking about just talent for talent. 5 new linemen. Yeah, like I said, that last round of linemen went crazy. Yeah, we got my boy from Louisville. So I don't know much about him yet. I haven't really seen no film, but I'm sure this week some of the guys gonna be breaking down some film on him, and I would love to see maybe Buff and Prime or somebody, break down some film on him because yeah, but we know Louisville was solid last year. With it wasn't a weak team. They had a pretty good year. The first new O lineman averaged 6'5", 315. Yeah, definitely was a small alignment, and most of that 6'5" came from the fact that we had giants on both ends. They really kind of curved. They were the bigger lineman and the taller lineman, because them interior linemen wasn't, nothing. That 6'9", 6'7", those guys really helped increase. Because if it wasn't for them, our average height probably would have been 6'4". Yeah, our average height probably wouldn't have went down. Is Tafika Dog. Don't know anything about him. Yeah, me neither. I think we're gonna be hearing a lot about him since he's committed. Both of these guys, I definitely pay attention to this week. Looking at what we got coming in, because it may be some more even after we talk here. Ironically, Tafika means to agree. Yeah, he breaking down words. I hope that they utilize all the receivers and packages to get more out of them. Definitely. You would be dumb not to. That was dumb about last year. You didn't use all the different weapons you got, different packages, and it would have cut down on injuries. I guarantee you, if you had to use more of your people, you would have had less injuries, like shoulder injuries. You had a lot of shoulder injuries. Like, you gonna block, put better blocking receivers in. Just let them. The more where you put on the receivers, the less power we have towards the back end when you want to go to the playoffs or the bowl, or the conference championship. So go ahead and get these other guys in there and keep the guys fresh. Like you say, utilize them. It's not like they're not talented enough. They ain't got to be a starter to play. Get these guys in there and let them run 2-3 plays, get them out. Bring another guy in, let them run two, and just keep everybody legs fresh. Put them in there to block. Put them in there to get the DB tired, and then let your guy come in fresh and run past them. Let somebody else come in and sprint and make the DB tired. Make the DB run after him. Then put Travis on it. And, you gotta play chess. Don't have both of your guys tired. You tired and the DB tired. Let the other guy get the DB tired. And if they don't rotate nobody in, then you put your guy in there fresh. Touchdown. Experienced D-line that puts up 30 sacks. Yeah, I mean, they're already giving the line of business. They're already giving the offensive line of business. So the offensive line is getting a lot of. I mean, Coach Sapp alone is giving them the business. The fact that he's teaching them to do certain stuff to dominate the run block, they'll be fine. Stay low, be consistent. Yeah, and I think that's been the strength. Really, all the guys that you really pay attention. All the guys that we brought in wasn't perfect pass blockers. All the guys we brought in, their strength was in the run. So people say, "Are we gonna run?" Then we bring in 2 burly running backs, then a younger one, and you say, "Are we gonna run?" Look at the linemen we brought in. Look at the size running backs we brought in. What do you mean? Are we gonna run the ball? That's what they like to do. That's what they're good at. You like to see big old Benson wipe the whole right side of the line. Now he come down on that doggone nose guard or tackle, and he take the whole line out, wipe it all the way out. We run the right, like I was telling the other day. We bring that doggone tight end in motion and kick out that edge rusher or that end. Vincent wipe him out. You kick him out. Amos right behind him. It's gonna be a long day in the summer. False start, boys. Man, I don't know the hiccup, boys. Like they got the hiccup, and then look all slow, looking all. It ain't that hard. Get your brain in the game. Get your mind in the game. It ain't that hard to know the count. Yeah, we would develop for sure. It was such a pain for one series and then get back on the field and put another some foolish and other stuff. Like I said, the coach was playing them little Madden calls. He was all over the place. But if you got these big burly running backs behind it, the defense gonna have to put some respect on their name. If you put these big running backs behind them, you can't act like, yeah, whatever, and the 130-pound running back there. No. This guy here, if you give a crease to Amos, I'm telling you, we don't see in the film. It's gonna be a long day. That's a grown man. I can't disagree. Room by room is all there. We just have to put the team together to stay healthy. Need the depth where? You got to think about it. Where don't they have depth at this point? The offensive line has depth. The defensive line certainly has depth. The receiver room has depth. The only place you don't have depth, the linebackers have depth. They probably get one more linebacker. But Jeremiah Brown stepping up helps a lot. So, injuries and stuff like that. We got Nikhil Green, Hill Green. We have Wester. I think those are the stronger backers. Benson, he has certain packages. Trevor Wood has certain packages. I like Jeremiah Brown. Like I'm saying all that, we still need one more linebacker. Right? Just from injuries and stuff like that. But for packages, yeah. But if we run a positionless defense, it really won't matter because some of our safeties will be linebackers. At least look like they're linebackers. So again, we got to see what the scheme's gonna be. It was such a pain to see this shine. When you run your mouth on CU and they actually win, it hurt. It hurt people's soul because they really like invested on seeing them fail. Yeah. SEC line all day. It's the SEC line all day. It's not a regular size line. And then you got an NFL lineman, line coach. Like I say, it's another guy who performed just a few years ago and came down and coached. He took somebody, I never was good, but I love the game position. And he can tell the kids exactly what to do. I think people project low winning on because of last year. They would be stupid. It would be dumb. Yeah, receiver room is super deep because you got to think we have 4 that ain't even got here yet. 4 ain't even got here yet. So right now we got Timmons that's there. We got, of course, we got Miller, Timmons, Travis Hunter, Mathis, Horn. That's 5. And this is as far as people we know they really stand out. And did I say Timmons? I know Timmons is there. And that's pretty much it for us, the guys who really go pop. Then we got those guys coming in. So like I said, about 10. Use them. Why they line on Shallow? What they line about Shallow? About the brace on him? Somebody say he got a shoulder surgery or something? I don't know. Last season was last season. Truly, they definitely made. Yeah, look at him. Unless you've been on the rock, if you can't see the difference between last year and this year at this point, then you're delusional, or you just you incompetent in the head. Because like you're looking at the fact they got their linemen, they're bigger and they're better quality line. It's not Sugarboot Creek linemen. These are SEC linemen. Okay, they played not their SEC caliber as far as the ability and the size, right? So your depth is built on size and ability, not on somebody coming from a little JUCO or smaller school. So you can't say that this year. You can't say that the defensive line didn't come. We got some quality people who put up numbers last year. You can't say that we didn't bring in some quality linebackers this offseason. You can't even say we didn't bring in some quality secondary or people like Preston Hodge and McKinney. You can't say because it's so. How is it the same? That's dumb. How is it the same? It's not. There's no way you can say it's the same. Like that makes no sense. We got bigger running backs who produce. We got one that produced over 1,000 yards. Okay, last year, not 2-3 years ago, not coming off an injury. He did it last year. Yeah. Somebody said we got a question for the chat. Use of positional defense. When was he first hired? If it's a positionless defense, I don't think he will be showing it. Why would it? He ain't even got all his players yet. Nobody's gonna show you their defense in the spring. Why would they do that? Why would they give you film so you can watch for the whole summer? So if he's gonna do positionless defense, which he definitely, there's no reason saying, well, I don't have the personnel. He definitely got the personnel to do it, especially at this point. And will he use that as the only? Probably not. But he has the ability to use it. I think it will benefit the team more than anything because you won't really be able to really prep for them. Because you won't know who in what position and what they're going to be doing at any given moment. So I think that's the biggest advantage they will have. Sending a report that they're going to pass. It's going to be pass heavy again. Why wouldn't they? Pass heavy is 60% of them up. Why wouldn't they be a pass heavy team? Why wouldn't you be a pass heavy team with a Heisman quarterback? What you got to hide? You're going to be a pass soft, weak team with a Heisman quarterback? You might as well put Staub at the quarterback. The only time they're going to be run heavy is if Shador ain't in the game. Because why would you? That's your biggest asset. How many teams got a Heisman quarterback? Let's name it. So if you got a Heisman quarterback, was not Bo Nix pass heavy? He ran the ball. Was he not pass heavy? Or was not Washington pass heavy? They had 2 Heisman candidates. Why wouldn't you be pass heavy? Problem is, who gonna make that into an issue? What would that mean? What's wrong with being pass heavy? Is it pass heavy? Like people who making these big deals about it, they don't know football. Because if you have a Marion Mill out there, Shepard out there, you're not throwing them the ball, what are you doing? You got West out there, you're not throwing the ball. What are you doing? The only thing that the run game gonna do is make our pass game more effective because they're gonna have to be worried about coming up and hitting that big wildebeest coming through there. They're gonna have to respect the run if they be all the way 20 miles down the field running after Travis Hunter and after Marion, and they look back and the wildebeest is in the open green running full speed at you, bearing down on you. That's not what you want to do. You don't want to tackle a wildebeest in open field. You're a little 180-pound cornerback. He finna break your shoulder. So that's the problem they're gonna run into. Just when they think they got to figure it out, our running game gonna, and then we get ahead, like I said the other day. If we get ahead 21 points, the band can go ahead and pack up. Just go ahead and pack up. Last call for nachos, concession stand. Go ahead and wrap it up because it's a wrap. Because we're gonna just run down your throat. And that's what the running game allows us to be able to do. That's what the running game gonna allow you to do. It's gonna allow you to finish a game like Stanford. Like forget about it. We need non-high school flips now. It's gonna be a lot of flipping and dipping and tripping once they go to whipping on folks. It's gonna be an interesting offseason next year because it's gonna the model gonna be proven. And see, a lot of these guys they bringing in, minus the dumb transfer portal craziness right now. A lot of these guys got 2-3 years left, so this is not a whole bunch of grad transfers, unlike last year. A lot of these guys are not grad. We're not filling them in with grad transfers. We got guys who can stay for the next 2-3 years. That's most of these guys coming in, especially on the line. So it's going to make recruiting a quarterback easier. And a good quarterback coming in is going to help with the retention. Not only playing for bowl game, Deion's going to make. Yeah, he in position. He got the players. We get one more good linebacker. The defense is going to be the reason why the defense is going to be different. You got Warren Sapp over there. That defensive line is going to be stout. They're going to be aggressive. And we got Livingston over there. Livingston is a defensive guy. Is the defense solid? Y'all can forget about beating Colorado. I'm just going to say it. Y'all can forget about beating them because Shador going to do his thing. Offense going to do their thing. It's very few teams that's going to be stout enough on both sides of the ball. Some people got really good offense, defense hard. The only people who got good offense, good defense, we seen them last year in the playoff. We seen them the Oregons last year when they had Bo Nix. We've seen Washington, in that conference. Those were the only two teams that stood way above everybody else as far as record and everything. Everybody else was kind of in the middle, and they was beating each other. So everybody else barely beat Colorado because they needed referee help to beat Colorado. So it's not going to be a lot of teams this year unless they're going to be another elite team. So again, show me somebody who's elite. Show me a top 10 team that's in the Big 12, and I'll show you a team that can rival Colorado. If they're not going to beat Colorado. Just not going to do it. And I'm saying that boldly. Yeah, I mean, he ain't been worried about no show unless he did it in the game. He haven't really been. But they got a lot of depth at safety, though. It just, you don't want to be out long trying to go NFL and all that, but they got a lot of depth at safety. Herman Smith can play that safety, too. I know he's still bringing in a safety. I know they just brought in a safety from, who that safety from? Is he not from Arkansas, is he? Just brought in another safety from, I think it was Arkansas. I think we had a guy from LSU. It was Clemson. Maybe it's a safety from Clemson. So we got some people coming in. So secondary is still being filled in at safety. We still bringing in safeties. Who had a breakout year on the offensive side? Like I said, I expect Mario Miller to have a breakout year. I expect Amos to have another big year running the ball, 1,000-yard year. If Hayden joined in, that's even more of a problem. I know Hayden Young, he still got some years, and I know Amos, this is last year. Defensive side, I expect Neal to have a good year, and the guy from Pitt that came in with Oklahoma, the other side, I expect him to have a big year. A lot of people ain't talking about him, but when he pushed them doggone tackles in the lap of the quarterback, that's gonna be great. And they're not gonna be able to duck up in the middle because it's gonna be crammed, locked down with Shadoze and Barnes in there. So it ain't gonna be no quarterback escaping up the middle, and our linebackers ain't gonna be playing that either. So I expect some really the breakout guys to be on the defensive line. Because defensive line gonna eat. They're gonna eat up all that stuff, all that Shiloh having 100 tackles, they're gonna eat that up. They're gonna eat a lot of stuff up in that backfield. So it's gonna be defensive line. Let me see. Yeah, offensive line definitely gonna be technical sound. They're going up against Sapp every day. They're gonna have to be. He got the boy snatching them by the sleeves, throwing them on the ground. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, Charlotte gonna do what he do. Charlotte gonna do what he gonna do. And it's gonna be easier for him because he's not gonna have to be the guy making all the tackles. See, if he gotta make all the tackles every game, it creates where he gotta get hurt. If he gotta hit wildebeest in open field every game, it increases his chance of him getting hurt. Because he got to come up and hit somebody and put his head down, his shoulder down, somebody running full speed at him because the linebacker is not filling the gaps. So he's going to be better this year. CU will compete for the conference championship. Absolutely. As long as they do what they got to do, it's no reason why they wouldn't. Talent there. If they lose, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real with y'all. Everybody come out, they can win 7 games. That will be a losing team. If they lose 8 games, if they lose 4 games or more, that's not a good season for this team. So y'all can talk about last year. Forget last year. If they lose 4 games, y'all think that's cute. But really, last year, they could have lost 4 or 5 games. Realistically. They could have lost 4 or 5 games with last year's team. If you actually pay attention to the hype, look at the actual games and how close the games were, and they had a lot of gaps in their team, and they still could have won. They still could have won 7, 8 games last year. It was 1 game away from 6. I mean, from really. I mean, you see, they took Utah from them. They really took UCLA from them. They took a few games from them, and they gave Stanford away. Here you go. Stanford, you can't know, and nothing about you can say Stanford was the better team. They literally gave that game away. The number of players being brought in are for the next year due to the number of scenes. Yeah, these boys bringing in, they're gonna be there next year. So there's going to be a lot of turnover unless the portal monster hit again, which is possible, depending on how they use them this year. But these players, they so selfish, man. They worry about playing right now. They'll leave. Let me see here. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. They're not telling anybody what they plan on doing. CU is not stupid. They better not. They're going to catch a lot of people slipping. And the first victim is going to be, unfortunately, it's going to be, I'm way behind. Y'all been tearing up these comments. That's about the height. So I'm going to determine CU's performance this year. We got coming in. It's going to be interesting because nobody's going to see them coming. The same people quiet. They ain't seen nothing yet because people really starting to watch. Like, oh, these linemen, if you say they was too small last year, know what you're going to say this year. But the thing is, the team is so... Staub is good enough to... He's like he's not a Heisman by far. He's like them Alabama quarterbacks back in the day. They can beat you because they run a game, they hand the ball off and make basic passes, and they would go to the NFL like that. Staub can do that. Is the running game strong? Staub can beat you. If you got to expect him to do what Shadul do, you whoop Staub. But if we got the running game, like you said in Utah, they stole the game from them. We really beat them by 3 touchdowns. They took touchdowns back because it's the only way they could beat them. They steal the game. Staub can be dangerous if you don't make him have to throw the ball. If he can do some play action and sneak out a throw on you, he can whoop you. If he got to beat you with his arm, that ain't his game. So the fact that we got these big linemen here and these big running back, Staub could be a valid second. But you just know that we finna run 60 and throw 40 at that point. But with Shador in, we're going to throw 60 and run 40. And that's what you're looking at. So Staub, it's like I say, Staub is good if we got a run game. Because you can't key in on his weakness or whatever. Because you know the run game going to be moving. And then if you get too focused on that run game, he'll sneak you. He can get the ball out there. If you ain't really like hone in on him throwing the ball, he can get you. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Pass the ball is secret. Yeah, I mean, but we got to look at motion. Like, we barely used motion last year. We talking about jet sweeps, motions, reverses. We got all this stuff that when this speed come in, everybody worry about Dillon. When Sam McHale come in, when we got Dre Lundman, we got some speed and these young guys coming in. We still going to have that component. Talking head. Yeah. I mean, we ain't seen nothing yet, man. As close as we get to that season, it's gonna get, and they gotta sell tickets, you know. But they all on Prime right now, and you can't say nothing. Yeah, they gotta keep this thing covered up. I mean, high school guys, man, they already don't make decisions at this point for this year. We're looking at next year, and we probably need to keep some of them if we ain't gonna use them this year. But I think the portal gonna be the great balancing factor. That portal gonna send some people out anyway. We need size. Where we lacking size at? How much big you want to be? Watermelon on the line? Like where we lacking size at? Yeah, defense is gonna set the tone. Running plays while the defense was wrong. I mean, the position is you can't key in on nobody. Focus on the trenches is all we need. And that's what it look like they've been doing. They ain't got to bring no more receivers. They've been overkilling on the trenches. If somebody need go out, we should good. And plus our reps, like they say, our ones against our twos, our ones gonna get a better look when we have starting quality people on the second team. You don't want our defense line to just not get no good looks. So the fact that we got depth, we get better scout looks from the second team. That helps too. We'll get a realistic look. Option have dramatic changes. which tells me it was based in hype and not reality. They still have safeties. I know Gant was linebacker. Woods is linebacker. So Gant is not a safety anymore. Woods is not a safety anymore. So I don't know much about May. And I know we're bringing in a couple more guys. You ain't mentioned nothing about Travis J, who's still a safety. Stoudemire moved to safety. So there's a couple more safeties that can play coverage. And then we lost Cooper, who was also a safety. He moved to safety. Well, I guess everybody gonna be 6 and 8 then, sir, because everybody got too many portal players. I mean, they may not have the exact amount, but where's your line at? Who are you to say was too much? Not, because Colorado may have 40, 35 portal players. The other team may have 25. Are they better off because they only got 25? Like, where's the line? Because everybody portal is jumping. Or else where we getting the players from? And we talking about good schools too. I mean, the more players you got, the more your portal gonna jump. Why wouldn't it? Because your guys feel like they can play. Nobody leaving if they can't play. So you know that the people leaving and going in the portal are usually guys who are at programs that got so much depth that the players feel like they can go somewhere else. Yeah. uh J, you not a CU fan? Yeah. She said, hey, Jen J, I think she's a CU fan. She been all the CU stuff. That's a fan. Jen J, I mean, I think a lot of people originally had other teams and then they came to Colorado, and a lot of people have other teams. I think Colorado's becoming America's team. So I don't think if people with Texas or Georgia or whatever, they're not gonna leave their team. They take on Colorado as a secondary team. Like, if you're a real college fan, you probably had another team before Colorado. You're not gonna leave your team. But if you didn't have a team, then you probably just take on Colorado. That's what I think. Players in the portal in 1 year have over 100 game players. I mean, again, that's where the people gonna come from. People gonna come from where they got depth. If they were playing, some of them stay. But you got a lot of 5 stars on the bench. Of course, they feel like they can go somewhere else. But all your players 5-star in Alabama. The 3 stars, nobody to you at Alabama. Some teams they live off of Colorado. Used to live off of 3 stars. You were doing that walk on. We got a guy from Georgia here who's gonna go to the University of Georgia. He a 3-star. He had all kinds of scholarships. He's about to go walk on to Georgia. And his brother, him and his brother, the Hood brothers, they come here. And he's a good running back. But he's about to walk on to Georgia. And he's a 3-star. So see, Georgia ain't necessarily recruiting no 3 stars. They 4 stars and above. So imagine you 4-star and you on the 4th string. You be like, man, I ain't gotta stay here. I can go and play somewhere else, Vanderbilt, Colorado, whatever. It may not be a Georgia, but you can go play and still be in the Power 5. So that's why a lot of these guys moving around. We got a lot of guys who Barnes. Look at Barnes. Barnes wasn't getting no tape at Alabama. He willed to beast up down that line. Him and Shadoze. But he was like 3rd string Alabama. Does that mean he couldn't play? No, that means that he waiting in line. And he realized, hey, I don't have to wait in line. So that's what a lot of these guys are doing. And I think the defensive line definitely gonna lead the way. Yeah. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure we got our inspiration, motivation come up. We do have videos throughout the week. We do a few out the week. I've been going live with B Watts on Thursday lately, and we just been having a good time collaborating with that. But make sure y'all are on board so y'all know what's going on. This thing's gonna heat up. The more we get towards the season, it's got like another little gap, kind of like January. We was kind of trying to see what's going on with the portal, and then it kind of slowed down February. Then we got ready for the spring. Well, now we got this little window in May that's going to be kind of slow, no practice, and then towards the end of May, going to pick back up. Everything going to pick back up because the practice and stuff going to start back. So this is just a window of time. Like Colorado, was always something going on, and we able to kind of get here and talk about it because there's always some breaking news with some drama. There's always some breaking news with transfers. I mean, as far as portal people being finalized, because they got some weeks where they finalizing because the portal's closed, but they finalizing the people they're going to bring in. So make sure you all subscribe, hit that like button, share, all that help us out here. I'm trying to get to 3,000, and I'm looking at everybody. I might go ahead and get me a little intro video, outro, and all that good stuff. So trying to get to 3,000, maybe we can make that happen. So help me out. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, share, comment. I appreciate all the comments, all the engagement in the chat. It helps out a lot, the algorithm. And y'all have the great rest of your weekend, great rest of your Sunday. I'll be talking with y'all soon. Have a good one.